Allow me to talk about Module 9's Liberty of Abode. Ang sabi po ng ating 1987 Constitution under Section 6 of Article 3 of the Bill of Rights, this is all about the right to travel, stating that the liberty of abode and of changing the same is within the limits prescribed by law, and it shall not be impaired except upon lawful order of the court. Now, neither shall the right to travel be impaired except in the interest of national security, public safety, or public health as may be provided by law. Now, based po sa wording ng batas, it is clear na ang right to travel, like most rights, is not absolute and may be restricted in the interest of national security, public safety, or public health. A good example is the case of Silverio versus Court of Appeals. Now, ang sabi po ng Supreme Court, it clarified that holding an accused in a criminal case is within reach of the courts by preventing his departure from the Philippines. Is considered a valid restriction on his right to travel so that he may be dealt with in accordance with law. Now, also in the under the 1987 Constitution, this one was a very celebrated case years ago. The government actually issued a travel ban already. Now, if I would remember, this was the issue between the time of former President Cory Aquino, when the government actually prevented former President Ferdinand Marcos and his family from returning to the country. Now, with the backup of the Supreme Court, by affirming President Aquino's decision to ban President Marcos from returning, the Supreme Court made a distinction by saying that the right to travel guaranteed sa ating Constitution involves the right to travel within the country, the right to leave the country, but not the right to return to the country. And also, years ago, way back in 1988, the Supreme Court likewise upheld the deployment ban issued by the Department of Labor and Employment o ating DOLE against domestic workers and females with similar skills. Now, despite this limiting impact on the class of workers' right to travel, the Supreme Court stated that the deployment ban was a valid limitation on the right to travel on the ground of public safety. And right now, in the midst of the pandemic, the restriction on the right to travel in the case of the COVID-19 outbreak falls squarely within the government's mandate to protect public health.